defense. And across all regions, right, in DPC, 326 matches, there's only been one game where IO Wyvern have been on the same team, and that was actually Goon Squad losing earlier in the season. So it's not a combo that you see often. It is a very defensive combination, and it is exploitable. It's hard to pull off. But, if you're not able to lock them down, then 100% these front lines will be near impossible to kill off with the Tevo, the Cold Embrace. Yeah, I'm honestly excited to see how Nigma gets to execute with this lineup.
Yeah, let's see how Wish, as you say, does in the mid here. Stepping in for the team, and in a matchup where, as a TA, right, should be able to fare pretty well against Puck, even if it's a Sumail Puck.
Yeah,
the hero matchup is not bad for Wish.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is you're not going to expect the TA to die, but nowadays with Puck being able to just, go to the small camp and stuff like that, it's not as if TA pushes Puck out of lane and suddenly Puck can't do anything, right? I think early on you might see some nice little plays from TA that can punish a Puck, but yeah, farm-wise, both heroes should still be able to get what they need from the lane to be able to enter into the game.
And sort of overall, we've had a few games where Timber's been able to get in, and it's looked like a solid game for Timber to pop off. I mean, how is this one in that regard?
Well, it's kind of a rough Timber game, to be fair. They picked it blind, allowing Nigma to have 2 more picks in the draft, and Nigma went for 2 of the best heroes, right? You got Batrider throughout the entire game, the Firefly on top of him, and also just the teamfight contribution later, Timber falls off. And in lane, you got this Luna with that Lucent Beam spam, the fact that you've got IO enabling the Luna to stay in lane, not really get poked out. It's pretty difficult for this Timber to have that absorbing kind of time and space style game that you often see from him, because yeah, there's a lot of pressure. Whatever side lane he goes to, there's going to be a counter to him.
Oh, little move there from Spartan with the dispose to make sure that the range creep gets dragged back in range at the melee.
Yeah, correct.
In.
Yeah, it's to rejoin the lane just so he doesn't lose too much of it. Did they get any denies in this? No, they're just going to play the lane here. Meanwhile, the lane's also connecting, so potentially you might just see the Jug run to the lane.
I was going to say, who's this still working out better for?
Honestly, it's kind of better for Nigma.
I mean, it's a lot of stacks on Spartan.
Yeah, Spartan's going to die from this.
He certainly is. That's going to be first blood for Mind Control. Thug also has to get back underneath the tower there, running away with the Blade Fury.
He lost about 3 CS in that play. 2 creeps died in the middle, 1 creep died in the bot lane. Already these pulling shenanigans favoring Nigma a little bit. For Nigma, their start to the game will very much be the efficiencies. How many pulls do they get? Do they get to alleviate some time to make up some stacks? This Luna, again, like I mentioned, not really going to get pressured too much in lane. You already see it now with that 11 CS. And Scarif Mage, unfortunately, as a hero, you're all about poking and prodding and punishing the regen, especially with the salve nerf. When there's an eye in the lane, doesn't really care about the salve nerf, right? You just salve yourself, you still have that same healing on Luna. Okay, Brahim, already a little bit of trouble in the early laning phase.
We'll see Spartan trying to do his best to mess with them. Mind Control attempting to put the creeps back, and they will allow Thug to make sure that they meet still. Once again here on their side, rather than Mind Control being able to drag them as far back as he would hope for.
The interesting thing here from Nigma is some teams in this position where they don't want to play the lane, they pull it wide up into the high ground and then around, just so they don't allow for the Radiant team to also grab their wave and pull it in. So Nigma going for a bit more of a traditional pull, and yeah, instantly countered by Brahim.
We'll see now down bottom. Gonna make a move with the Blade Fury, but the Firefly's up. Mind Control, he's out to the side, and Thug indeed won't be able to stay on either of the targets.
A nice juke around the tree stump there.
But you look at the CS, and yeah, but with the way that lane's going, Thug, he's farming fine. 21 and 12. It's a solid start for the Jug.
Yeah, he's having a great time. Like, even though he missed a couple of CS, the fact that when the lanes meet, this Batrider isn't able to really get up into the wave. He's respecting the Marci. The quick jumps, the dispose back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Batrider.
Well, top lane, 11 will finally be taken out here by these two, getting a little too close.
And Mind Control as well in bot lane. He stepped up a little bit too far. Dispose, like I mentioned, and yeah, dead.
Brahim finding the trades. They may lose their off lane at top, but they're able to make sure they get the kill down bottom. Thug continues to have a very solid start here on the bottom lane.
And the interesting thing as well in this matchup is, if they can ever get the Luna away from the Io, Juggernaut does do pretty well against Luna in the game. Like, think about it, some Omni Slash on top of Luna then can't Satanic and get out.
Spartan might just have this kill as well.
Kroki's very dead, yes.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
come on. Oh, come on.
Attempt there. Nice little attempt there, trying to turn around, realize he's not going to be able to close the gap with the movement speeds taken into account. Goes to try and see if he can get that creep on top of him for the stun, but alas, not today.
And then KuroKy doesn't die, instant gets the stack off. I mentioned the efficiencies and what they need to be able to do, and yeah, already double stack Ancients, triple stack hard camp. But like I was mentioning, Juggernaut into Luna is still pretty good for this Juggernaut. You naturally like buying MKB, so the Butterfly Luna doesn't feel too good. Your Omni Slash prevents the Luna having a target to when you get Satanic off. The real question for Brame is, can they find a way to get the IO out of the tether from the Luna? Maybe the Marci can do some sick disposes. Maybe you can already find the IO pre-engagement. But yeah, there are ways for Brame to happily play out this game. Like this TA, this Jug, once they hit timings together, they double jump the backlines, Wyvern blows up or IO blows up, and then you can open up the fight from there. Just if you don't get those jumps, if you don't find the supports, that's when it feels absolutely terrible to play in this support combo. Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, both mid laners getting solid farm. 42 for 4 on Wish, 46 for 9 on Sumail. I mean, just yet, the biggest difference being that bottom lane right now. Considering the amount of denies that Thug's got, 22 denies from taking away that XP from mind control. So see the courier snipe. I mean, 11, he's been sat here for a long time. Miracle sending the courier out past him. 11 more than easily able to take that down.
Good old Timbersaw, right? Like, you don't get to play the lane, so you just play behind it. But GH, he grabs his mid laner, he pulls him to the side and... Ooh.
See if they can kill him. He's got another chain up. I mean, 11, I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, they can't chase any further. At the same time, down bottom, Brame. They get the kill on mind control.
Yeah,
so it's some very nice maneuvers there. I mean, 11 being able to get out of that. That was the first Dream Coil move from Sumail, and 11, he walks it off.
Yeah, I think the real thing for Nigma here is mind control is having a really rough game now, 1 and 2. But normally the stacks made, he'd farm them up, right? Use that sticky napalm, farm up this triangle. But with a Luna on your team, in the back of your mind, you're like, maybe I want to give it to Luna. So it'll be interesting to see if Nigma opt more to give Miracle a better game, or they want to get Batrider and recover a little bit. Personally, I'd opt towards maybe giving the Bat. But yeah, okay, they are giving some of the stacks away to Batrider. If he didn't, he would have no game. So yeah, sacrificing Miracle a little bit just to give mind control some type of farm. Because if he goes bottom, he probably will just die.
Very much, yeah. Seeing the effect, as you said, of just not being able to get those pulls successfully off. And Brame dealing with them perfectly and making sure that that lane was held in a way that has allowed Thug to have such a solid start.
Yeah, and even though Brame don't have like the best team fight going later into the portion of the game, again, like that 15-20 minute timing, the cheap items that they can buy, be it the Jug with the classic Maelstrom shard style of play, even like a Basher on top or a Yasha, TA with his quick blink, like they can be very explosive.
Oh, look at Spartan.
Yep, don't want to let KuroKy even push out this lane in any way.
Getting the set up here underneath the tier 2 tower pretty much, but the reaction is coming in. Spartan, he'll die for this. Thug, has he got any way out? He's already used the Blade Fury.
Spin again in 6.
He's trying his best to stand his ground, but with 4 heroes here, looking like there's very little options for escape. As Sumail, this time with the rotation, he'll clean up the double.
I respect the aggression from Brame, but yeah, the safe lane tier 1 dive, it's a pretty nice style for teams to just TP into and punish. But now instantly back onto mid, poking away. Every time Puck TPs to a lane, it does open up all the other lanes to play a little bit more aggressive. You know that one of the best heroes in the game can't just quickly TP in and core you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let's see what Enigma Galaxy want to do about this, because Brame smoking up from the mid. It looks like they're just sort of smoking up to split up and ward. Yeah, no looking to make some sort of a move right now. Just want to protect the map, make sure that Wish has got a safe place to be, as well as Thug. Thug, he'll continue to stick towards the bottom lane to pick up the farm.
I think quite a characteristic of Brame is they like to be a bit more aggressive, and in doing so it does put some of the heroes under-leveled. And you can kind of see it here, the Skyriff Mage and the Marci, level 4 and 3 respectively, bottom of the levels, whilst this Wyvern, this Io's getting a nice deny from KuroKy.
Yeah, very nice little deny. The Arctic Burn able to poke in and take that.
But yeah, like Kuroki, always playing the areas of aggression, getting this free XP. Same with Io hugging the Luna. It is going to allow Nigma a more comfortable entry into the game, just with the ability of the earlier relocate, the setup of the Wyvern Curse to then layer on top.
Mind control.
All right,
He's
nice
gonna
back
step
kill.
up. I mean, the TPs are coming in. See if he's able to live through this. He is. It's a bit of a bait, and it's worked out great. He's in with the lasso thug. Been dragged underneath the tier 2 tower. He'll try and run out with a healing ward, but they'll take him down. Miracle as well with the ultimate. Picks off Desire to the side. As, yeah, a bit of a bait from Mind Control. Perfectly planned that. They fell for it completely. It's cost them 2 heroes.
I like the idea from Brome. They're going for the stacks, trying to get the steal off. I just didn't expect them to go a little bit deeper. They're not respecting that lasso.
They're trying to run down Samael. He's going to have Kuro by his side. The orb's back up. He's away from the 2 of them.
And this might be the shortcoming now of Brame. They're realizing slowly, fight by fight, their stuns are very limited. It's Spartan versus the world, unfortunately. They have Dispose, and that's it. Until they buy a Hex or an Atos on the Scarif Mage or a Hex on maybe the Timbersaw, yeah, Spartan better be in every single engagement, because if he doesn't have that Dispose available, they're not stunning anything. TPs are going to be pretty good, and you know, Batrider, Wyvern, all these heroes, they're going to be able to fly away, be a little bit more elusive. So even if Brame wants to play aggressive, they need to make sure they do it with a little bit more kind of precision. Yeah, Miracle just not really contested at all in the game so far. Free farming in top. Sure, he loses his tower, but he opted to go jungle. Farms up some of the triangle. Now pressuring bot lane.
Denied.
So if they're putting any effort to defend this, it's not an easy tower to hold.
Timbersaw is coming down.
There we go. They want to try and fight. See if they can do something about this push with GH and Miracle. We'll see 11 immediately get on top of GH. But it's not enough. Dreamcaller's down. Enigma Galaxy, they're thinking about turning. They're going to turn towards 11. Start to chase him out. I've still got the numbers here, Brame. Dreamcaller has been used. Curses at the ready from Kuro if he finds a chance to get it from the side.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Either way, Brame, force back, and the space is there for Enigma Galaxy to take the tower. There's some beams, Spartan, caught out by the silence. They'll pick up a kill as well as the objective.
You can kind of see Nigma, they're just respecting the fact that, oh, sorry, not even respecting it, they just understand that Brame just doesn't have the ability to really locate or kind of force a fight in any area. So they poke, they force a TP, they walk back. Mind control, pig pull up to the high ground.
That's going to save him.
Yeah,
he's got the speed to get out of there with a Firefly.
We mentioned he had a really rough start to the game, but taking these stacks, just farming the jungle, not even really showing too much on the lanes. You know, he already caught back up, equal net worth for the Timbersaw. One component deep to BKB, has bots if he wants to join this fight. Yeah, it's already very difficult for Brame now. They really need to hit that timing where TA buys maybe the Blink Dagger, foregoing the Deso Rush, and Jug buys probably a Maelstrom and then Shard, sorry. And then between the 2 of them, they need to really pack a punch and enter. If they don't do any fighting in this game, they're just going to get out-farmed by this Io Luna. And the Puck as well. Like, don't even get me started on how they're going to kill this Puck later into the game.
Oh, Samael is sure going to be incredibly slippery. 2-0-1. Having a smooth start.
Alright, the Brame are smoking up though. If they do find a hero right now in this window of the game, now that they've hit 6 on the Scarif Mage at least, a little bit late though, still minute 13, yet to see the Mystic Flare. But they have kill threat. Marci and Sky together. Mind control probably would go down to this.
Dire are scanning.
See how he shows himself mind control. He's playing it careful under the tier 2. Almost certainly aware that this sort of move's coming in. He's not getting anywhere close to the wave. He'll wait for it to come in.
Enigma very aware of this smoke though. They even scanned the bottom jungle, and Miracle and GH didn't even show on the wave. They hugged the tree line whilst Mind Control was hugging the top tower. So very much not allowing Brame any opportunity to allow the support duo to find a kill. Now 11's the one that's actually a little bit out of position here. They're ganking in the bot lane.
Yeah, he's got the Sange, but not enough to surely live through this, yeah, especially with the Eclipse coming out.
Back off to farming. I don't see if there's any like spicy items coming out from Nigma. They've kind of been free roaming the map for now, and yeah, unfortunately, everyone's just buying some standard stuff, you know. Up the Witchblade, Kuroki eventually going to get a Blink Dagger, Io with the mechanism. Yeah, it's a really sturdy itemization.
And for Wish. He has the Blink Dragonlance stud.
Yeah.
Are we going to see them try and get him involved, or does he just need to keep farming, you know, as a whole, to Braim, to just avoid these fights?
It honestly feels like Braim have two options right now. Wait for the Jug to get shard, or look for that Roshan. That double meld strike, get a quick Aegis. Sure, it doesn't feel great with the Blink not having a Deso, but you need to look for a fight.
So what are they going to do in the mid, Thug? He's going to try to hit the tower. He has got Desire to back him up from the side. Wish jumps in with the big hits over towards Kuro. Kuro's over the tree line, and he's away. 11 will be able to cut him down with the Timber Chain. In turn, they lose the support, but they have found mind control. 2 for 1 so far here from Braim. See Wish, he's just stepping right up. He's ready to run at them. We'll see the relocate, take the 2 of them back out. Oh, Braim, they get 2 for 1. They get the mid-tier 1 tower. Definitely a win there for them.
Yeah, it's really good. They punished Nigma not being set up for that engagement, right? They kind of froze themselves onto Juggernaut, but not everyone's ready. Not everyone's able to defend that. And in doing so, yeah, Braim just slowly walk over their opponent with the Blink Dagger reveal. Really helpful. Pushes Wyvern out of the fight the entire time. But that's kind of the pacing that you expect to see from Braim. As soon as Jug gets his item, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep finding these fights. Play on the vision from the traps. Isolate this Wyvern, because this is a banging Wyvern game, I must say. Like, Omni slash TA, Marci as well. These 3 heroes are going to have no fun into a cold embrace. The fact that TA Jug also want to kind of get into like melee range to some degree. TA maybe less with the Dragonlance now, but still, the Winter's Curse. It will be difficult. If Kuroki has really good positioning in this game, later on Braim might struggle to get some of this damage out.
Let's see where they can look towards next, though. Just going to start farming here on Enigma Galaxy's half of the map. Mind control is around, just half the gold away from his recipe for the BKB. It's going to be Sumail and Kuroki that might want to try and get aggressive here and try and force so the 2 of them, Thug and Spartan, out of the jungle.
Just nice positioning from Spartan though, hugging his carry. So most likely he should be the one breaking the smoke for here.
Yeah, if he tanks this and they can save Thug, they'll be happy. I mean, if they lose neither, they'll be very happy. See Sumail jump in to try and scout things out. It's going to get vision on the 2 of them, but he'll just drop the ult here and look to get the easier kill. Take out Spartan. Thug, he's going to be fine. So again, yeah, for Braim, they don't mind that.
Look, he's even kind of walking back over. He's poking.
He's like, all right, they've used the Dream Coil. I'm going to get back to farming over it.
Let's go click these creeps.
He wants to.
Yeah, nice stuff from Spartan at least. Nice change. Honestly, it's a weird change of pace though from Braim. Often they're the team that just runs relentlessly, trying to find kills, and I don't know, they seem to have slowed it down a little bit. Most likely waiting for the Lotus Orb and Timbersaw. Maybe even one more item on the TA, like even the BKB timing. Again, I'm worried that with Braim's lineup, if they don't pick these earlier fights, there is a portion of time where Nigma will just be too tanky. Be it the elusiveness of the puck or the BKB on the Batrider, Luna having that one extra item, the BKB herself, even like a Skadi or a Butterfly. And if they don't hit that window of aggression on Braim with the Blink and the Jug and everything, they might fall a little bit victim to a lack of damage themselves. This is the delicate portion of the game now for them. They need to kind of balance between the farm and the fight.
Kuro is going to go for the setup here with the relocate to follow up, but Thug easily able to get the Blade Fury and the Healing Ward down. He's out of there. Once again, Spartan more than happy to die in exactly the same spot he did a moment ago, because that was quite a big move for Enigma Galaxy and only warrants them the kill onto the support Marci.
Yeah, once again, the positioning of Spartan just protecting his Jug. Of course, there was a little bit of mistiming between the relocate and the Winter's Curse and getting out the damage after, but still, you've got a spin Juggernaut against relocating in IO Luna. It's not really going to be the biggest amount of damage after. Yeah. Enigma trying to find the kills, but not. Attempt 2 from Sumail to enter this top side of the map.
Of course, whilst this all happens, you have Thug. Whilst he might not be dying, he's having to be very careful about how he chooses where he can farm in these spots on the top half of the map. The difference between him and the farm that Miracle's been able to pick up as a Luna it's really starting to show. You know, 12.5k on Miracle, 8k on Thug's Jug. He's going to go for the Roshan here, but it will be scouted out. So Enigma Galaxy And they try and do something about this. Of course, there's no curse and no relocate.
That's the key thing, no curse.
Oh, and jump to the side here. Spartan's going to start things off. He gets the catch on the mind control. In with the Omni Slash. And the Cold Embrace, that BKB and Cold Embrace combo, meaning that nothing can come in towards mind control for now. And now goes for the lasso, but Wish, he's in position next to him, gets the melt hits in. They take down mind control. But overall, Miracle, the farm, certainly starting to show there with his Manta. Dragon Lance and Mask of Madness, he's ready to tear them all down as the fight persists. Triple kill for him. And of course, as a Luna, he's ready to step into the Roshan pit and take this Aegis for himself, or at least get it for Sumail. We'll see who takes it.
I feel like Sumail's probably going to take it the way that he's been playing. Oh, no, Miracle just takes it to hit buildings. Fair enough. Either way, it's very much the positioning. Once again, Brame, they throw some spells onto what looked like a very aggressively positioned Batrider, but he's able to get back to the high ground, the Cold Embrace from Kuroki, and at that point, you're so out of position. All Miracle has to do is walk in an A-click, and he just rinses for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the real big difference here right now that we're seeing. You know, before this point, it was some nice footwork from Brame, but overall, as I said, you watched out net worth, you look how far ahead Miracle's getting. When he turns up to the fight, he turns up to the fight.
Yeah, you put the overcharge on him, pop that ultimate. Timbersaw meant to be the tank here, instantly burst down, and the net worth disparity between Luna and Jug, it's about 5,000 gold.
It's growing.
Yeah, 6,000 gold actually, yeah. You can clearly
I mean, he's
see
nearly got his Scardy. Well, just 20 minutes in. This is some very, very fast farm on Miracle. Of course, the game, the map has been set up perfectly by his teams with great stacks, and obviously, as you said, with the buffs, and GH standing by his side, just enabling this Luna to really unlock the potential as a hero.
Yeah, just Brame haven't been able to collapse the map against these heroes on Nigma. If they were able to get into the jungle, contest some of these earlier stacks, then you could maybe see an more even net worth. But when you're against an IO Luna and you can't punish the jungle, you can't take early towers, and you're just hoping that your carry farms as quick as an IO plus Luna, like, it's very difficult. And that's the Scardy complete on the Luna.
Is on its way out. So you can have a Manta, Dragon Lance, Mask of Madness, Scardy, Aegis, Luna running at your base potentially. 21 minutes in.
She's got 26 armor as well.
Could be tough to deal with.
There's no minus armor on Brain. There's no way to really eat through the tankiness of this Luna now. 2400 HP, 26 armor.
They've got to do something. I mean, how can they get this Luna off their base?
Politely ask her to leave?
I think that might be their best method.
Dire's top tower is under
Miracle. He's ready to just stand there, clip them down.
Kuroki blinking in a little bit there.
That's a set of racks and nothing that they can do to stop that one there, Brame.
is under attack.
As Nigma Galaxy, they could just sweep across the map and look to do the same down another.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did this. The same thing for mid, the same thing for top. The best thing for Brame to do right now is as Luna walks up, instantly dispose her back into some explosive damage, waste that Aegis, no BKB, look for the fight again.
Here we go.
Trying to do it now.
Gonna try for the Manta. It's Pop Spartan. He'll try and ready to even pops the ultimate here and attempt to get out, but it's not going to save him. He goes down.
Radiant's play.
Back on with the push here for Miracle. 11. Done pretty quickly. Wish is going to try and jump the back lines, but the Cold Embrace is going to put complete stop to his attempt. He'll pop the BKB, try to run, but he has to stand his ground. He's caught by the lasso. It's going to be Wish taken out. Dead for a minute.
That's GG. That's it.
I mean, it really is. 22 minutes in here. Nigma Galaxy, this game won, it says.
That was just... It's a beautiful Dota to watch, right? The way that they...